Bad dream. Daddy, I had a bad dream. You blink your eyes and pull up on your elbows. Your clock glows red in the darkness. It's 3:32. I'm 3:22. Do you want to climb into bed and tell me about it? No, Daddy. The oddness of this situation wakes you up more fully. You can barely make out your daughter's pale form in the darkness of your room. Why not, sweetie? Because in my dream, when I told you about the dream, the thing wearing Mommy's skin sat up. For a moment, you feel paralyzed. You can't take your eyes off your daughter. The covers behind you begin to shift. Him. I've been lying down for hours now. It's 5:35 a.m., and there's not much I can do. You know the worst part about my situation is? I'm in the same room with my parents. They keep looking at me. I can't help but look back and try not to scream. Their eyes are focused on me, and their mouths are wide open. There's a strong scent of blood, and I feel paralyzed with fear. Here's the thing. The second I make any hint that I'm not asleep anymore, I'm completely screwed. I will die, and there's nobody around to save me. I've been trying to think of a way, but the only idea I have is to rush the door and run outside to the front door and scream for help, hoping my neighbors hear me. It's risky, but if I stay here, I'll surely die. He's waiting for me to wake up and see his masterpiece. You're probably wondering what's going on. I get ahead of myself sometimes. About 3 hours ago, I heard screaming from the other side of the house. I got up and went to check on the noise before realizing I had to use the restroom. Instead of doing the smart thing and investigating, I used the bathroom first. I could have gotten myself killed right then from my stupid actions. But I actually did my business and took a peek outside the bathroom. There was blood on the carpet. I got very worried and ran back to my room, hiding under my sheets like the pussy I was. I tried to convince myself to go back to sleep, and it was just some really vivid dream or something. But I heard the bathroom door open. Like a terrified child I was.
Is it because I just opened the bathroom door?
I peeked from under my blankets to see what was going on. I could see something dragging my dead parents into the room. It was not human, I can tell you that. It was hairless, and with no eyes and no clothing. It walked like a caveman, and with its back slouched, and it dragged my parents. But this thing was much smarter than any caveman. It was aware of what it was doing. It propped my dad up on the edge of the bed and made him face me. Then it sat my mother down on the chair and positioned her towards me as well. Then it then started rubbing its hands upon the wall, staining him with the blood, and then drew a circle with the devil's pentagram on it. This thing has made what it probably would call a masterpiece. To finish it off, it scribbled a message onto the wall that I could not read in the darkness. Then it positioned itself under my bed, waiting to strike. The scariest thing now, my eyes have just adjusted to the darkness since then, and I can read the message on the wall. I don't want to look because it's terrifying to think about, but I feel like I need to see before I'm killed. I peek at the creature's masterpiece. I know you're awake. A young girl is playing in her bedroom when she hears her mother call to her from the kitchen, so she runs downstairs to meet her mother. As she's running through the hallway, the door to the cupboard under the stairs opens, and a hand reaches out to pull her in. It's her mother. She whispers to her child. Don't go into the kitchen. I hear it too. When I was a child, upstairs. When I was a child, I lived in a rented two-floor house. Both my parents worked, so I was often alone when I came home from school. One early evening, when I came home, the house was still dark. I called out, "Mum?" and I hear a voice say, "Yes?" from upstairs. I called my mum again, and I got the same "yes" in reply. I felt she was calling back at me, and climbed up the stairs. When I reached the first floor, and I called her once more, and the voice "yes" came from the furthest room. I both felt uneasy, but also felt a strong urge to see my mother, and started to walk towards the room. But just as I was about to open the door into the room, I heard the front door downstairs open. And my mother come in, carrying a lot of shopping bags. "Sweetie, are you home?" my mother called in a cheery voice. Hearing her voice made me feel instantly better, and I turned back to go downstairs at once. But not before I had a quick glance towards the room. While I watched the top of the stairs, the door to the room slowly opened a crack. For a brief moment, I saw something strange in there. A pale face staring at me.